Hey everyone, how's it going? Let's see, we got some people in here already. Can you guys hear me okay? Hey, how's it going? Teal Chaos. I see Elisa Timeless Treasures. Ultra Authentic, how you doing? Wicked Wonders. Good deal. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, perfect. Sounds great, huh? Can you actually see what's on my screen? That's another question. Let's shrink this a little bit. I think I've got it blown up just a little bit. Let me adjust this some so we can see it a little bit better. Is that better? Oh yeah, I'm in the corner. Today I will be the AI assistant for Train Express. No. Oh, awesome! You signed up today. Hope everything went well. Teal Chaos, anything all went well on the sign up? All right. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about some new features I haven't had a chance to really go over. Um, so we've got, let's go to the home page here. If you haven't seen, um, oh, you can't get certain parts of your profile to save, but other than that, I love it. I think I heard somebody else saying something like that. I have to take a look at that. There's an autosave feature, and that should it should save everything when you change it. But can you send me a message on the specific parts that are not saving? I can check it out. All right, so we're looking at the events page. Awesome, perfect. Um, we've added a new item here for challenges. Also, in the last day or so, we've added some filtering here so you can see. We've got an all trains. We got a button here that allows you to select ones that are joinable, meaning they're not invite only. So you can, if the conductor has allowed it to have a public link and is joinable, that you can shift to that and see just the trains that you can join. You can also filter by open slots, so you can see if it's joinable as well as open slots. So you can see up at the top of the corner of each one of these, you'll see a number. So that's the number is um, how many slots have been taken, and then how many slots are total. So this train here has a 9 of 22. Um, so you can see there's open slots on these trains. So if anybody's looking to get on a train, it should be pretty easy to find trains that are easily joined. Basically the organizer has set it up so you can join it. Um, the next the next um, one here, we put out challenges. It's been about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks that I put out challenges. But challenges is open to everybody. So if you guys want to create a challenge, um, you can create your own challenges in here. Um, I've got a couple of challenges that I put together that are coming up. This one's starting in about, let's see, 4 days, 3 days. So this is a consistency challenge. You can join this challenge if you want. I think we got about 14 participants now. Um, but once it starts, you'll start seeing progression as these go along. Um, so I've set up a couple of in this one specifically, I've set up a task. So basically, this is a consistency challenge where I'm having people make sure they're locking in their shop profiles, bins. Um, the challenges, how they work. I'll go through how those work. I'll show you what it looks like from the front end, then I'll show you what it looks like when you're actually setting one up. Um, so I've got this one as a task goal. week one, I've got basically lock in your shop backend, how to be successful with that, some tips and some strategies on how to set up different things in your shop, setting up your your sticker if you're going to do a sticker giveaway or anything like that, how to set that up. I've got a link in here for the if you're not familiar with the first class mailer. There's a link in there how to do that. So you can add information about your task for your people. So if you want your people in your task to be doing specific things, you can give them a lot of detail if you wanted to go through and give them those details. Um, the second task I've got is set up your shows and goals. So basically, I'm looking this challenge is looking for a couple of basically wanting to set up two shows for both of the week challenges, just so you can kind of get into that consistency. Um, got some information here about how to be successful. Looking for some information here, or putting in some information here about just um, uh, how you can post to social media and things like that. In the challenge, you have you can create a show goal as well. So this is a show goal, basically like I've set up. The challenge has two shows per week, so this will um, allow you to have your participants set up these goals so that you can say like two shows, one show, whatever you're trying to do in your challenge. And then basically, I've got second week is kind of a repeat of the first week. So it's kind of just keeping the momentum, trying to get that consistency in. So just trying to build a routine here. It's a pretty simple routine, but I think it would be a good for new sellers. Um, and it's very similar to the week one goals. So as this or as this challenge progresses, we'll see more data come in. As an organizer of the challenge, you'll be able to see like some information about people who join, what goals that they have done. Um, Also, the shows that are being created. So this is about a few days out, so people haven't started putting in their shows yet. But the shows that are in the challenge will display here, so you'll be able to come here and actually view those shows or get see what shows people have set up for your challenge. The other one I've done is this clip and post. It's basically so when you guys are creating, or when we're creating a show, we're like spending hours and hours in front of the camera. There's a lot of potential for interesting things to happen. So let's say you had like something funny happen, or something interesting happening on your show. Maybe you sold like a really big item, or there was like a bidding war, or something like that. You can clip those and kind of take those clips and put them onto social media, and use those on like TikToks, on Instagram, to promote your brand and promote your shows. So this is a challenge that is basically set up to help you kind of do that. There's some tips in here how to set that up, as well as how to let's expand the goals here. Yeah, so if you've got like a big sale item, um, if you're doing like something interesting, like a little review, or maybe you've got something interesting that you said in your show, that's a great piece of content to clip and put it onto TikTok, onto your Instagram. Hey everybody, welcome in. We're talking about the new feature on Raid Train Express for creating challenge events. So we're looking at a challenge event I've set up for starting in, let's see, when we do this, August 1st. So it's for a 2-week challenge to take clips out of your show and clip those and put those onto Instagram, put those onto Facebook, or TikTok. So this kind of goes through and goes, setting up a show to do that, and then kind of giving you an explanation on how you can go through and do those, kind of clip those to either TikTok or Instagram. So those are the two challenges that I've set up. I'm going to go ahead and bring you into the dashboard so we can take a look at challenges. So when you're in your dashboard, there is in my events, your default is trains, but then you can click on challenges, and we've got a couple. Let's see, I've got a couple test challenges, but these are some live. So this one's my live one. This is my other live one. This is one I'm kind of working on. Still trying to get the concept down for that, kind of like a 30-second viral pitch challenge, kind of. Yeah, I'll talk more about it when I actually release that one. But let's get into actually what it looks like editing and setting up these challenges. Um, Actually, let's just create a new one from scratch. So when you're on your dashboard, you can click Create Challenge, and then you can set up. I'm just going to do test. Let's put this one out. I don't know. Let's do around October. Let's do an October 3rd. And let's start it at midnight. I like starting mine at midnight to midnight, basically. So we got that. So we got that on the 3rd. I'm going to make that a 2-week challenge. Actually, let's bump that out to the next Sunday, and we'll do 11:59 p.m. So that gives me 2 weeks, midnight to midnight. So this is where you would. I'm going to set this to private because this is not one I want to actually put out there yet. This is just a test. But public will put that on the challenge event page, so you can set up your challenge event. You could put it private while you're working on it, and then once you want to actually promote it, you can click on the public and set that up as a publicly available. So I'm just going to say this is a test challenge, and we're going to upload an image. Let's see. We're going to just grab we're going to reuse this one real quick. So now I've got the basics of the challenge set up. Now what I want to do is actually add the goals. So we've got two different goal types. We have a task and we have a show. So you can set up a task, maybe like a preload your shop. And then you can set kind of a target date on when you want that challenge task to be completed. So you can see how we have the calendar is restricted within our challenge dates. So you can say, maybe I want this done by, the challenge is starting on this Saturday. Maybe I want them to have this set up by Tuesday. And let's say Tuesday, just about end of day. So maybe like midnight-ish, 11:59 p.m. You can add any text in here that you want. So if you wanted to add rich text in here, you want to link to instructions or link to maybe I was thinking about on some of my challenges, I was wanting to link to some instructional videos on YouTube that explain like doing different things, like maybe instead of just having the list of instructions on posting to Instagram, I can find a video that somebody has created that explains how to post, into Instagram. But this is you can add pretty much any text in here. So I'm just gonna say load your shop, and then we can go ahead and add another goal. And this one's going to be a show goal. So for this, let's say you wanted to have within the first week, you wanted to have them set up at least maybe 2 shows. So let's say by midnight on the 11th. We want to have completed two shows. So we're going to put in 2 there, and then post 2 shows. And now then that's basically all you need to do is set it up. So now you can launch the challenge. And as the organizer, you're not automatically part of the challenge, but you can participate. So you have a button here that says join challenge. And that would get basically, if you wanted to do the challenge along with your community, you can go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to show you what it looks like whenever you have joined a challenge. So now that I've joined a challenge, I've got some tasks here. So I've got the preload shop. I can add some notes here. Let's say I went ahead and went and preloaded my shop. I can come in here and mark this as complete. So that's going to jump down to the bottom as a completed task. And you can see down at the bottom here, you can see that we're starting to get some data in here. So the progression, as the organizer, I can see the progression of everybody, but as a participant, um, um, you can see your own progression. Teal Chaos, yeah, this is self-reporting. So there, as you fill out the challenge, you can go back in here and report it in, and then that will put that into so the organizer and anybody that's working on the challenge with you, it's right now, it's like everybody can is kind of seeing what everybody else is progressing along, and seeing the progression of the whole challenge. um, if you like, you can also print the challenge. Some people like a hard copy, so you can print that out, and I wouldn't print that on the label. That would be weird. There we go. So you can print that out in a like on a normal paper, and it'll give you a checkbox, a checklist of actually doing that. So if you want to print a hard copy, you could do that. Um, Depending on how the organizer is running it, um, let's see, oops, wrong button. If they want you to put it into the site, that's fine. You know, however they want to run it. The way I built it is that you can participants can come back in here and basically just check things off as they go. So here's the show, the host the show. So right now this is locked because we're not inside the challenge date. I think I'm actually going to probably change it so the task can have to be locked before as well. But what it does is, as you put these show links, so you can put the show link in, the show title, the show time, duration, and then some notes on maybe in the challenge you want the people to your participants to do something specific, like maybe shout out somebody, or maybe raid into somebody, or do a specific thing that whatever their challenge is. There's a section here that you can put notes in on how that went for that show, whatever your task was in that show. You can put in notes, and that kind of gets fed back up into the organizer. Um, and then as you go through this, these will also get checked off, and you'll be able to that'll report back up and show update this progression as well. So this is an aggregate progression, and anybody that's participating can see that progression. So you can see my progress here. I've I've uh, I've done the one task, and I've still got 2 tasks in progress here. I'm kind of in the way in, aren't I? Move my head. Yeah, you can see that. There you go. Yeah, so as the challenge progresses, folks will be able to come in here and see like how people are doing. If it's like a community event where you're trying to help other people, maybe if people need help with challenges, it might be an opportunity to network a little bit and help people with those types of challenges, or the task that you're involved in. Um, Let me know if there's any questions. Um, so that's the two types of goals that we have now. Um, I'd be up to building different types of goals if people have a specific need for a challenge goal, um, other than a task or a show, or maybe if we want to expand on these as well, we can expand on maybe like if you want to capture more data, or some other metric in here. Um, we could definitely expand on what we're collecting here for that goal. As an organizer, you have these organizer tools. So you get a link that you can send out. Um, you can also broadcast out to everybody that's on the challenge. So I've got the challenge that's coming up in a few days. I did a broadcast right before. I did a broadcast a week out saying basically, we're getting ready to get this challenge going. It's in a week. Get ready for it. Start thinking about what you want to do for your shows, how you want to kind of think about where you want your shows to be in that. Yeah, unfortunately, TL Chaos, not yet. So, um, Whatnot does have a seller's API, but they are not. They're very restrictive of that. They haven't had. They closed it down for new applications. So any new applications to get into the reseller API, um, they're they're kind of restricting that. But I did hear from one of the community hosts that they are going to be opening it up soon. So I'm hoping. I've got some I've got some features that are already built that take advantage of that. I just need, once they turn it on and I get accepted for our application, then I can turn it on. Yeah, there's things that I'd like to be able to do in here to actually see, like, if we have a show link here, to actually check to see if that show has been ran, um, or like just like simple things like live badges when we have a live, showing a live person live on a train, being able to actually show that they're actually live instead of just we have a scheduled time right now and they should be live, but we can't really validate that at this point. It would be really cool. I am So there is a way you can do it with an extension on Chrome. You'd have to do a lot of stuff where you'd have to have the extension installed on Chrome and be logged into Whatnot on that same browser, and then I'd be able to do some things like that. There's some other applications. I think, let's see. I think my Reseller Genie uses um, a plugin that kind of pulls all your sales reports into their reporting system, and that's one option I'm kind of looking at. Um, but it doesn't. Yeah, if you're only on mobile, you're not going to be able to install a Chrome plugin. All right. Any questions on challenges? Like I said, if you've signed up on um, RaidTrain Express, you have access to create your own challenges. So feel free to think about like what challenges you would like to do and put those up. Welcome in, everybody. We're talking about RaidTrain Express and the new challenge um, uh, event type. Yeah. So, like I said, if you are on RaidTrain Express, um, they're not built into raid trains. That's an interesting idea, though. How could we do that? So having a raid train that has a challenge at the same time, is that kind of what you're thinking? because we might be able to take some of the tasking things and the those tasks. We could probably integrate some of those into the train feature. Is that what you're thinking, Teal Chaos? Oh yeah, you can. So within a raid train, you can vote. There's voting mechanisms. So yeah, I can go into that. If there's any questions about challenges, we can circle back to those. But yeah, we can talk about raid trains. Actually, let me go back to the dashboard here. Let's see. So let's just look at my wife's train here. So this one's going to be July 14th. You got all these people in the train. So when the train has completed, or actually when the train is going through its process, um, let's say when this user is completed their slot. So they went from looks like 6 a.m. to 6:40. So it's 6:40 now. Courtyard is live. This slot now changes to kind of like a couple things happen. There's a rating button that appears here, and then there is if it's like a challenge train or excuse me, a battle train, or there's another one. Um, yeah, there's buttons that get added here. So there's a rating button once the slot has finished. So once the slot is finished, you can go in and rate the person. Those are anonymized, so you don't the person that you're rating doesn't see who they can just see what their rating was. They get an aggregate rating. If you are an organizer um, that has like a pro subscription, we do have an analytics board that gives you insight into those ratings. Um, that would be in Toolbox and Analytics. So it does give you some information about if you're a paid subscriber, you get into actually seeing like what those ratings, a little bit deeper insight into those ratings inside this um, analytics panel. Um, yeah, there's a couple of features that are subscription based. So right now, analytics and syndication, those are kind of gated for subscription based. We're also going to be, I'm working on some AI tools. We do have an AI agent, but I'm looking at building some more AI tools. If you guys aren't familiar, down here at the bottom, this little bubble, if you click on it, um, this is our help assistant, and you can ask this help assistant anything you want about the site. It will give you information. It has full context search against our knowledge base, and our knowledge base is basically all the features. As we were building these features, the knowledge base was built along with those features. So you can ask the AI assistant pretty much anything. But we're going to be building new AI tools. There'll be free based ones as well, so anybody will have access to like creating images, but they'll be since those cost us money to run those. Um, you'll be able, as a free tier, be able to do like a limited set of images, and then as you progress up the tiers, you'll be able to have more flexibility to like just build as many as you want at some point. So we're building more AI tools into the platform. I'd like it to at some point you can just chat with the agent and have it build your train or build your challenges as well, without having to actually go in and type all the stuff. Like if you could just imagine coming in here and giving it a little bit of information, and it would just kind of fill out all your show notes that you want to. want to do, and maybe even build your thumbnail based off the prompt that you give it. So that would be pretty cool. Yeah, so that's in the works. I've got that running in a development environment for AI thumbnail creation. But yeah, um, yeah. So I'm that's a kind of a complicated feature, so I want to get it right on both mobile and on desktop. Um, but I'd say probably in the next few weeks I'll have that have at least a version of that released. Let's see, new features. Okay, so we did release a new feature recently. So if you guys were familiar with the rules, so whenever you're creating a train, you could set a rules. Um, yeah, we can. Yeah, ping me and I'll. If you're willing to do some beta testing, we can open up some features early on. We definitely keep do feedback. So if you have anything that you see in the application now that you think is kind of weird or doesn't work quite the way you want it to, reach out. And I'm always looking for ways to optimize and make the user experience just frictionless. So definitely get in contact with me if you think something should be changed. Let's see, what was I going to? Let's see. So okay, so let's go back to my wife's train here. So we did add a new feature for copying the lineup. Um, Actually, I was talking about rules, but let's do copy lineup real quick. So copy lineup. So people were having a problem with the time zones. So we were copying them in Eastern time, just to kind of pin them to a specific time zone, because that's going to be something static that you paste into either your whatnot show notes or somewhere else. Oh yeah, the confetti is for her train's full. So when you go in there, um, you get a confetti burst. Actually, it's kind of cool when the last person that fills the slot, when they click that, they get a confetti boom on there as well. So I don't know. I try to make it fun. But now you can select which time zone you want to copy the lineup in. So I'm in Pacific time zone. When I copy time zone, it's going to copy that in my time zone. But if I wanted to say copy it in Eastern time, I can copy it in Eastern time as well. Depends on what you want to paste in wherever you're pasting that in. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think Pixie Dust Treasures had a lot to do with this feature, and I think Gwen's Galaxy as well. I think Gwen's Galaxy was the first one to that wanted to copy it in different time zones. Yeah, time zones are hard. Yeah. Uh, Here's one. So if you're in Arizona, you're in Mountain Standard Time right now, which is the same as Pacific Time, but people in Mountain Time are 1 hour different than you. So there is a differentiation here between Mountain and MST, which is Arizona time. Um, so that, yeah, I found that was an interesting little thing uh, um, that came up recently. Um, But let's see. Okay, so rules. We were talking about rules earlier. So you have the ability to create. It doesn't look like there's rules on this one. So let's go to one that has rules. Um, did I put rules on this one? Here we go. Rules. So I've got a set of rules here. So a while ago, yeah, it is a pain to convert times. Sign Up Genius. I don't know why they can't figure out time zones. I think it's because their platform for Sign Up Genius is kind of more for regional events, like local events, not really online events. I think that's why. Because I mean, we live in 2026. We should be able to do time zones on websites. I don't know. um, but for the rules here, before we used to have to go into our our profile, and then we had to edit our profile, and then we had a set of rules here. I've popped that out. I've linked to the new tool, but I popped that out into, if you go to tools or the toolbox, and then this top item is rules and guidelines, manage rules. So this is, let's say you run 5 different types of trains. Um, let's say you have a base set of rules. Like these are rules that every train's going to have. These are my default set, my like my base of everything from what I'm going to set on every single one. So let's say I want to do that. You have a default set of rules you can apply. But let's say I run out of those 5 different ones, those different types of trains I run, each one of those has their own set of rules. I can create a new rule set. Uh, let's say, I don't know, let's just make it rule set 2. So I can add, let's say in rule set 2, no chewing gum. I don't know. Is that a thing? Do people chew gum in their shows? So maybe you want to have that as a rule. So now I've got 2 sets of rules here. And in the train, if I go back to my train, nope, not this train schedule. I want to go back to my dashboard, go to my train. So I've got the 1 set of rules here. And then if I wanted to apply those other set of rules, you can go into the organizer tools, rule set. I can add a rule set. And so now if I go and look at my rules, I have no chewing gum. So these are compound rule sets. So you can create a baseline rule set, and then you can create additional rule sets for different train types. You can also move those around. So if I wanted the base rules to be last, and reorder those. Now my no chewing gum's up at the top. So it gives an organizer a flexibility to set up rules that they don't have to type in for every train, and then it also gives them the ability to compound rule sets together so that you can have a baseline rules and then compound those rules with other rule sets. I think there was one little nuance my wife wanted me to change. Right now, when you click edit rule sets, it pops you out of the train. I'm gonna make that into a modal so that we can manage that here instead of jumping out of the train. Right now, it does jump you out of the train into the toolbox, but we can get that fixed up probably in the next week or two. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was bugging you. I know. I'll fix it. She's like, "Whoosh, get that working." Um, all right. If you all everybody that's joined, we're talking yeah, and we're talking about rule sets in Raid Train Express. Um, we did talk about challenges earlier, so we've got a new set of a new feature for challenge events. So I would say if you guys want to try building your own challenges, I know there's whole groups that have like challenge groups that have like a bunch of different challenges that they run in different teams and things like that. So um, this is a great place to manage those. So if you're on, if you're wanting a place to manage those types of rules, I've seen some of those challenge groups. They manage them with the printouts, and then they have to send a picture of the printout to the organizer, and then I don't know how they correlate that, maybe through a spreadsheet or manually or something like this. But if you want to do it all through a tool, we've got tools here for you. Let's see. Trying to think of other things. Yeah, we added the print train schedule as well not too long ago, so you can print the train schedule, um, and it'll highlight the if you got a slot, it'll highlight the slots that you are that you're in for folks that like hard copies of things. Um, what else can we share here? Another feature that we did release, and we talked about this, I think a week and a half ago, was shops. So in your profile, um, you have the ability to set up basically like public shop, what it does is it gives you the ability to put um, a public link out there, similar to Linktree. So you can put in some information here, and then it's separate than your bio. So the bio is for your profile inside the app, and then your public shop is for that kind of Linktree um, view. And then it'll show, like, if you've got your social links set up to everyone, you can have all that. Um, you can have those set up to display on your public shop. So if you go to shops, you can see different people have set up their shops here, and yeah, you can expand on that. I think this is one that was had quite a bit of stuff going on here. So you can get yourself you can use this very similar to Linktree. My bio and description didn't seem to autosave earlier, or the social links. Are you on mobile or are you on a desktop? I'll try to replicate that. Um, but you should see whenever you're on both, and it didn't save on either. You tried both ways. Hmm. Let me know when you change something. When you're on your profile and editing it, when you change anything about your profile, you should get, let's say if I just change, like, if I put myself as a moderator, you should get a little, oh, that didn't send the, hmm, yeah, X that, now I'm not getting the little, you should get a little blue indicator at the top that says saved. Maybe there was, no, it says auto saved. So I did get an auto save. Let me look in it. I'll see if there's if we're dealing with a bug right now. Let me check to see if my profile is showing. Yeah, that didn't save it. I'll look in that today. That's a new bug. I know I pushed out a fix on something, or a change on something earlier, but it shouldn't have impacted profiles. But I'll take a look at that today and get that fixed up for you. All right, let's see. Yeah, I think that's everything I covered. Is there any questions anyone has? Yeah, this is something we worked on. Noel asked for me to do this yesterday, so you can filter out those. So when you're on the community of looking at the train schedules, you want to be able to see what trains you can join. Um, yes, you can make your profile a GIF, animated GIF or animated web PNG. So either will post up there. I think on the billboard too. So if you're, I think you can do that on your profile billboard. I haven't done that on mine, but if you look at my profile, I've got an animated GIF. But I think I'm pretty sure this one supports that as well. So you could try that out. Um, That one's probably that would be a big file, so it might be too big to push an animated up there, but the avatar, but you can definitely do that. Um, your M's the Angel, do you really like this? They have several raid trains. They're in the process of organizing. This looks free. Yeah, so it's free to use. Go ahead and sign up. Yeah, I'm trying to make the UI really user friendly. I'm in enterprise software. I'm a worked in cybersecurity, and I've got um, a web platform that I built 10 years ago, and have kind of kept it. We sold it to a company, and I've been managing it for that long, and I've been a lot of years doing user experience and um, enterprise applications. So um, yeah, I try to take that knowledge and make it fun for you guys, make it easy. If there's anything that's not easy, let me know. Either use our support page or just ping me on Whatnot, Raid Train Express, and I will. Yeah, I'm techie smart. I guess so. Has a brain somewhere, huh? Yeah, but these filters, I don't know why Noel came to me. Sometimes I get a little bit of tunnel vision, and this was like super helpful that she said, "Hey, we need a way to be able to filter by what trains we can actually join and what trains have open slots." So it makes it easy for people who want to participate in trains. Um, yeah, all these have the join link on them, and you can jump into them and yeah, any that have an open slot, they have that. I would generally talk to the organizer, but if they've opened it up for people, I mean, I'm assuming that they want people to join. So yeah, go for it. Um, yeah, yeah, this has been a really fun platform. Like I said, I do cybersecurity and threat intelligence and things like that, and that's kind of like it can get boring. Um, this is this has been a lot of fun, just like interacting with the Whatnot community and building something that people have fun using, and it's actually useful for you folks to organize things. We were looking at how people were doing raid trains, and Sign Up Genius seemed like kind of terrible. Just like I don't know why they can't do time zones. Um, and then I've seen people doing it on like Google spreadsheets and yeah, yeah, anyone in cybersecurity is necessary these days. It's all AI. Yeah, we've got a big push to do a bunch of stuff with AI at work. But with enterprise, it's like you're like I have to try to cut through red tape all day long. I have a lot more fun here because if I want to make a change, I can just make a change, test it out, make sure it's working correctly, and then just get it out to everybody. Um, Not that I don't check it for security. I've fully vetted my app for security issues, and yeah, all the components that I use, those have been vetted. So yeah. Oh, very cool. You have a group of people you're bringing over with you. That would be awesome. Um, yeah, yeah, definitely. Check it out. If you haven't built the train, go ahead and build them. You can do if you're wanting to just play around with it, you can put the train as private as you build it. Um, and then once you are ready to start promoting it, you can turn that to not private. Actually, I think the AI assistant has. Let's go into the dashboard and talk to the AI assistant. You can say, how do I build a stealth train? And then it will tell you basically how to build the stealth train. So a stealth train is like you can build it and keep it invite only and fill it up. Um, without it being public and not publicizing it, and then you can turn it on to get those public features while still retaining the invite only aspect of that. Um, that allows you to yeah, the AI assistant has all the knowledge. It literally has all the context. It is using an AI back end on that, and there's a contextual database that I have embeddings in it, so it can derive like the answers directly from that. So feel free to use it. If it doesn't know something, it will say context not. It'll say something like context missing, and then it'll send me a note, and it'll say, "Hey, you need to fill my knowledge gap here because I don't know what they're talking about." So if I missed a piece, or if somebody words things in a specific way that the AI can't really, it's pretty good about figuring it out and mapping that to a knowledge base article. But if it has any problems and it says no context available, I'll get a message to put in that context, and then the next time somebody asks that question, they'll have the question, the answer. Hey, how's it going, Dober? Very cool. Thanks for joining. We're just talking about RayTrain Express's AI assistant right now. Doing well. Yeah. Yeah, just showing how the AI assistant can basically tell you anything that there is to know about RayTrain Express. So if you we're talking about stealth trains, so I just asked it how to build a stealth train, and it gives you the basically like going through setting it to private, setting the join policy will automatically go to invite only. You can build the train quietly, so you can invite people, get that filled up, and then after it's loaded up, you can make that public. You're late, but I'm going to post this to YouTube. So anybody that wants to check it out afterwards, it'll be on our YouTube channel probably later this evening. I'm probably just going to post it raw. But yeah, you can have the AI assistant kind of walk you through some of these things. And like I said, if it doesn't know something, it'll shoot me a message and I will fill its context in. You can also, let's reset it here. You can also name it. So we want to name the AI assistant. So just click name me and type in. It'll say down at the bottom where my head is. Let's see, there we go. Just type in it says I name you, and then I say, let's say Johnny Five. Johnny Five. I name you Johnny Five, and that submits it to me. So schmoopy. Yep. Yes, this is on the website. So, and on the if you're on mobile or on the website, when you're in the dashboard or anywhere in the dashboard, if you're on a train, if you're in, some other context, it's down at the bottom, right here next to my head. This little orange bubble, and you click on that, and that will bring. Um, It does not. I don't. So there's some privacy concerns about keeping data like that that I don't want to get into right now. So I purge the chat logs after 30 days. So it's not. It just has the context of the what page you're in. So if you're like you're an organizer on a train, you're inside of a train right now. When you're asking it something, it knows that you're. See, it says "Welcome to the Daily Express organizer" up there, so it is. Um, it knows what page you're on um, in that context, but I'm hesitant to store any chat logs over like 30 days. I'm just trying to stay within some of the European standards. They have GDPR over there that has more privacy, and I'm just trying to kind of stay within those bounds. Another feature, though, while we're in the train here, there's a bubble for the AI assistant here. But if you look over on the right hand side, there's a blue bubble, and that's the train chat. So if you are in a train, this train chat is for all participants and organizers and mods in the train. So you can have all your chat here. These chats are isolated to the train itself. So if you have a train today and then a train tomorrow, those chats don't get mixed up. They are, yeah, you don't have to, yeah, the whatnot groups. You can isolate it to this, and then there are some nuances about this. So people, let's say you have a series of trains, like maybe like a monthly one, and you want to talk about this train today, but you don't want to talk about like August's train. It's like go to August train and talk about it there. But if somebody comes back into the train like a few days after the train has ended, we lock the train chat and just archive it. You can still go in there and look through the chat and see everything that's there. Um, but it will. I think we have a 72-hour wrap up, so you can go back. There's no photos yet, so no photo sharing yet. The one thing you can do is at message somebody. So if I at message, um, I'm the only one in this train right here. But if I at message myself, or I at message somebody, it sends um, a notification to them. We don't notify on every chat that's in there. So if it gets super chatty, we don't send you email notifications or bell notifications. It's only when you do an at symbol, and then that will send you a notification like, hey, somebody's trying to get in touch with you in this train. See, I don't have everyone. That's something I'm actually working on. So I'll add that probably in the next week or so. Um, that was something I missed on the first pass on this, the mention, but I will add that at everyone, so that it'll send a notification out to everyone. If you are a train organizer, in the organizer tools, you have the ability to do broadcast notifications. So you can send that out to everybody that's involved, or you can send it out to organizers or your co-organizers, or just the participants, or just the mods, or just people on the wait list. So you have, and you can do selective too. So if you want to do just do like participants and wait list, or if you want to do co-organizers and mods. You can selectively send out a message, and then those messages get I haven't sent any out on this train, but those messages get listed here. So if I'm a co-organizer and there's a message supposed to be sent out, I can come in here and say, hey, what was the last message? Do I have to send out that message, or did somebody already send it out for me? So you can see what messages were already sent out previously. um, that's a pretty new feature too. We had added that probably like it's been about 3 weeks, but yeah, that's a fairly new feature. Super helpful though. So if you want to just contact people, the let's see the challenges have something similar to, not quite as robust, but they have. So I think I talked about this earlier. So if you missed it, future ask to schedule messages. That's a good idea. So you'd want to schedule a message on a specific time, like set up a list of messages for your event, and then you can select who those are going to go to, and then that's a good idea. Yeah, I've already got cron jobs that are running at a specific times. So I can loop into that and probably build a feature around that. Yeah, let me put that into the feature request list. Because that would be really helpful if you want to. I'm always looking for automation, anything that I can automate or preload or whatever to make it an easier process, or make it so you don't have to set it up once and just let it run. That's the type of things that I would like to get it to. So these incremental changes like that will get me there. Yeah, I'll definitely put that in. But here we have a broadcast notification. So we don't have the co-organizers or mods or anything like that. We just have you as an organizer, and then you have your participants inside of the challenge events. So you just have the option to send out a notification. So that will send out. Yeah, this is the notification I sent out earlier. So yeah, it has the some information that I wanted to send out the week before. Um, so yeah, you can send out notifications, and that basically blasts this one blasts everybody that's participating, and then the train notifier you can selectively select who's getting who's doing that. Cool. Let's see, anything else? I do have a new thing in my shop. It's a train, or excuse me, it's the laser etched cards. If you guys have seen those before, we've got laser etched cards. They're like a founder's card, and then these ones are in a top loader with a printed case. Um, so if you guys want to check that out, we have those in our shop. Um, any other questions? Thanks for joining, Uper Granny and Die. I don't know if I can say that. How do you say that? Dianitos. Thanks for joining. We've been talking about. Yeah, I'm glad you're excited. I've we've had a lot of fun building it. I've had a lot of fun just meeting new people as I build it. Like it's I've been working from home since 2008, and I don't get a whole lot of opportunities to meet people in an office or at work. So being able to just talk to people on whatnot has been kind of a fun outlet for me. Oh, you as well. You work at home as well, Teal Chaos. That's yeah, it's a double-edged sword. I had one of my engineers. He left our company because he we were all remote and he wanted to go back into an office. So he yeah work for a mobile app. Okay, good deal. Yeah, I'll have to chat sometimes. I always like talking to other engineers and other tech people on different things. Um, and I'm out. Who would rather be at, yeah, who'd rather be at home? Yeah. Yeah, Noelle's got her 9 to 5 that she has to drive to. I got my 9 to 5 that I have to walk to in my house. Um, all right, I think I'm just about done. If there's no other questions, uh, more like roll out. Yeah, exactly. Roll out of bed into my office chair. Yeah. Uh, yep. Let's see. So. I do also do on Saturdays, I do OBS stuff, like help people out with OBS. So I post those periodically. So if you're ever interested in those, feel free to touch bases. I do those in Google Meet. I don't do those on Whatnot, just so I can do like a better screen share and I can actually be chatting with the people live. So if anybody's interested in that, check out, just ping me on that and I'll get you the link to that. Yeah, let's find somebody to raid into if there's no other questions. Um, who's online? Let's see if we can. If there's anybody's on visuals board. Let's see. Where's our community raid board? Let's see if there's anybody live now. Let's see. Jen, Rich Jen says coming soon. Let's just click on one of these to see who's live. Oh, that's a 404. How about Style Plus? Everybody okay with us rating into Style Plus? It looks like she's got 9 people in there now. We can add to her. Yeah, not a problem. Thanks for joining in, Teal Chaos, and everybody else that joined in. Um, yeah, check out Visuals. Visuals is like, if you're not familiar with Visuals, she has, this is Candy. She is a USPS supervisor, and she has all the information about all the shipping. And and her morning show this morning like went over all of the new shipping changes that are coming in August. I bet you she's probably going to do that. She's very consistent. She does every morning at I think it's like 7:06 a.m. Um, yeah. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Candy's awesome. Yeah. We try to send people her way because she's got all the brains about shipping and just a wealth of information. So definitely check her out. All right. Let's go ahead and raid. And thanks everybody for joining. I'll go ahead and raid over to Style Plus. All right. Take care. Talk to you next time.